event monitoring and stuff along that lines. Now, I know we talked about this a little bit. We get a little more details now, some of the different search features, and then we'll jump over on the demo again and we'll show it in a little more detail for you. Now, inside of Task Monitor, you're going to be able to go in and look at your system settings in Task Monitor. This is a little bit different than your event log. So Task Monitor is going to be able to show us one set of information. The event log is going to be able to show us different. And this is what we're going to show you in the lab. So I'm not going to get a whole lot of details right here. I wanted to show you a screenshot of this. And as we see here in the event log, same type of scenario, same area, but this here starts to get into different types of information where you can set severities and you can look at your, your CLI to change your different change logs, things along that lines, or your event logs, I should say. And in your event logs, you can actually search a lot easier by different types of events. So you can filter things out. Because this is where you start hearing the terms, there's too much information, because logging is great, but if it doesn't give you what you need, it's pretty much worthless. So let's jump over on the demo real quick. We'll walk through the event log, we'll walk through the monitoring, and we'll show you exactly what's going on. So let's jump over on the lab real quick. All right, everybody, back over in the log here. Again, over on the demos for logs. Again, same thing, 40 manager, 40 demo. Login is demo, password demo. Log back in. This is a Chrome thing. Just hit OK. Go into our ADOM. Inside of our ADOM here, we're going to look at our system settings, event log, and we'll have it populate. And we'll talk about this a little bit more in detail than we did earlier. So, event logs. So, first off, we just see everything listed in chronological order. That's my big word for the day. Hopefully I said it correctly. We can filter by different levels, user, subtypes, description, messages, operations performed on, changes, things on that line. So this here allows us to go in and filter by different types of events to make our life a lot easier. We can also come here and look at a time frame. We can do the last 12 hours, last 15 minutes, whatever, and you can actually go in and specify. This is extremely important. This is why everybody needs to be using NTP, because you can say, hey, last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, what happened on the firewall? Well, instead of trying to come here and go, well, I can go look for the last 12 hours and then sort through it, I can just come here and do custom and say, last night from 0300 to 0315, we had an event, and I can click OK. And it should show us what happened. And see here, everything at 3:15. So now I can go search in here. So we looked here, 304, 305, 305. These are all the different things that happened at 3:15, from 3 to 3:15 last night. So we can see right here, we can look at this alert. Someone logged in and logged out, it failed. Someone tried to log in with admin. Right here, it failed. And that also goes back into your filters, where we can look at level, and we could say alerts. Now we can go here, see right here, here's that same thing. These alerts, people tried to log in, log out during that time frame. So you see what that allows you to do is really get granular in what you're looking for, especially when you're trying to troubleshoot a security incident. The sooner you can get this, the better off you are. Because you can go here and say, well, maybe I want to know the last 12 hours for alerts. And it will eventually come up because it's searching through all the log files. And here's all the alerts for the last 12 hours. And as we look, it's login failed pretty much everywhere. People from the outside world, being this is a demo, They went and looked here and they said, oh, there's an admin account. So what did they do as soon as they find out there's an admin account? They come in and they try to hack the admin account. It's the way of the world. It's the way it works. And realistically, that's pretty real for the rest of the world when you have an environment that is exposed to the public internet. Once you have this, everybody's going to be trying to log into your environment. If it's on the internet, somebody's trying to get into it. Now, this is a little different than your task manager or your task monitor. So the task monitor here is more of your device configurations. What has happened? So we see successes here, errors here, who configured it. We can look at different types of status, different things that are running, right? We can look at things that errored out. Someone tried to install a policy package. We can go in here and it looks for this firewall. Install and save, finish, failed. Right there. So this is what we was talking about earlier, like maybe somebody did a configuration change and they didn't check and this failed. And on May 11th, we started getting errors and we come in here and look, oh, May 11th, it's 6:22. Wait, that matches the time that something happened. Let's go look at what happened. And you come in here and you look at it and you say, wow, somebody named admin, obviously you don't just use the admin password, but they were on this next generation PRI. It failed. Why did it fail? We don't know. We just know it did fail. Now we can come here and look at the installation log. Check this out. All this fun stuff. This is what they're trying to do. This is what they're trying to do. This failed. So now we can really get in here and look and see what happens. Click the download. You can download this for offline review. You can look at the progress report, what happened, started to install. There's your failure. The verify state failed. So if you look here, this is really, really good when you're getting into your device management stuff. What has happened, what has failed, why it failed, things on that lines, which is definitely different than someone tried to log into your network or to your admin password and it didn't work. But I just really want to show you these two, the task monitor and the event log. These are two extremely good places to look for troubleshooting. When you do troubleshooting, you're going to do a lot of this because when you're into troubleshooting, you're going to be into this. You're going to be like you'll be in a policy. Show you real quick. So you'll be like in a firewall policy here. Something happened. See if I find that one. Yep, there it is. Here's the policy. So someone tried to do a policy, there was something going on, and you see something here that looks off, you're able to go back in and say, look at our event log, we matched up who tried to do what, and then we go look here and see an error. Oh, there's the error. That's why this is messed up. And then you can go in here, look at it in detail, and bring it all down and really troubleshoot. So really, I hope you're seeing really how important and how valuable that is to be able to get that type of information other than we'll just say other vendors that aren't as detailed. And you go in and you're kind of literally, you're trying to put pieces and parts together to make an educated guess of what happened. Well, what Fortinet does with the FortiManager is it provides you a place where all these configs are here that you can go in, download them, look at them, and get a second set of eyeballs on them. That's always helpful. Especially if you're a newer admin and you're looking at something, you're like, hey, this just looks off. Go talk to one of your senior people and see if they can help you out. Or you get this over to FortiManager support and let them take a look at it. But again, just want you to look at it, see it. I encourage you, jump out on the demo, poke around with it, see what you can see, get yourself familiar with it. I know you're here for a test, and I get that. Use it to understand the test, pass the test, so you can get the job, and more importantly, you need to understand this so that you can be effective in your job. Until then, guys, take care. Look forward to talking to you on the next slide deck.